It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, I just got back from BTA Orlando spring break. What a fantastic time I had, folks. You know, I was there. I got to meet some old friends, make some new ones. Industry's changing a lot. There's a lot of old stuff still, but there's a lot of new stuff coming. There's a lot of new players talking to my friends in the imaging channel. But ladies and gentlemen, there I am on the airport. I'm coming back home, and I see this t-shirt. I'm thinking to myself, holy smokes, that t-shirt would make a fantastic end of the day with Ray topic. As I've listened to the dealers at the BTA, and I've listened to some of the dealers talking over the last 6 months, there seems to be a problem with overreaching OEMs, wanting too much data about our customers. And here I see this t-shirt, I'm thinking to myself, wow. This t-shirt happened to say, I am not giving away my data. And it was a picture of a fish there, and it had a cell phone in it. So this particular person wearing this t-shirt, I am not giving away my data, picture of a cell phone. I took the picture of the cell phone out of there and I put a picture of a copy machine in there because, that's relevant to the document imaging channel. This particular machine's an HP. I mean, it could be any model, I guess. If the OEM's overreaching and you want to stop them, you'd probably put up your fist, you'd wear this t-shirt, right? So then I'm thinking to myself, wow, kind of sparked an imagination of mine. So I thought, we got to start amplifying protecting customer data. The document imaging channel, all the dealers all over the world, they got to start amplifying, protecting customer data. They got to be loud. We got to stand together. So I thought, man, I need to come up with something that would kind of, people could hear this acronym, and then they would know what the mission, what the cause was. And so let me get on my ClearTouch interactive board here. I put together an acronym to help all my friends at the document imaging channel, help them when they see an OEM that's overreaching, trying to get too much information or data. And so here's what we need to do, my friends. We need to stand together opposing programs with hyper-intrusive protocols. So let's work on this together. That acronym would be stand together opposing programs with hyper-intrusive protocols. In other words, stop HP. Stop HP is an easy way to remember that, right? Stop HP. Stand together opposing programs with hyper-intrusive protocols. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, if we're going to do all of that, maybe it's also time that we create a global petition to stop overreaching OEMs. Seriously. I mean, independent dealers, you got to protect your business now more than ever. You cannot have an OEM. Think about this. The OEM telling the distributor you're buying their products from to tell them everything you buy. How much OEM toner did Billy Bob buy? How much reman toner did they buy? Can you imagine? What are the machines they bought? Hey, where are those machines going? Where's the end user's offices? Can you imagine? It sounds absurd. Well, if that's going on, I would think we'd want to have a global petition to stop that overreaching OEM, wouldn't we? I mean, wouldn't independent dealers want to just say, no, I cannot give you that data because the industry's declining? It's consolidating. What if an overreaching OEM, think about this, who wants the distributor to give them all your data about your end user? Well, what if that overreaching OEM went out and bought another OEM that's in the marketplace? And that particular OEM, well, let's just hypothetically say they had a huge direct operation. And then, so the overreaching OEM buys the OEM in the consolidating marketplace with the whole big direct operation, right? And over the last year or two, they've been collecting all of this data about your end users. Well, maybe they won't need you anymore if they got a big direct operation, right? I mean, they'll start mining their data. Give us all the zip codes of the direct offices of the other manufacturer we just bought. Wow. Boy, we could sell direct to those users now because we got all their information. You see, folks, how dangerous it is to give OEMs information in a declining marketplace because you never know where those OEMs are going to go. I mean, think about it. What if this OEM bought another OEM and that OEM actually had an ERP system for like the dealers in the imaging channel? Wow. I mean, if they're willing to be so intrusive about collecting data, for the last year or two on all your customers, people only collect data so they can use the data. The question you got to ask yourself is, are they using it to your benefit or are they using it for their benefit? If they're using it for their benefit, then I hope they're paying you greatly for it. And I hope you're not seeing the short-sightedness of that payment. Hey, we'll give you a rebate if you give us all your customer information. So one day when we buy somebody or we partner with somebody that distributes products to end users, we might be able to replace you if they're better than you. Ladies and gentlemen, in a declining marketplace, guess what? It's about the best. It's about the best. It's about the biggest. That's what happens. And a lot of these OEMs, as they start to consolidate, as they start to look at their data, they're going to start to plan who's going to represent them in the marketplace. Just something to think about as you willingly give data away to overreaching OEMs. Because quite honestly, I believe we all need to go back to this slide, and together as an industry, we need to stand, well, let me get my pen working. We need to stand together opposing programs with hyper-intrusive protocols. In other words, we need to stop HP. My friends, we're headed in for some changing times, but we all know this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.